am with Reno Divorce, and I do have to ask, Vegas wedding, Reno Divorce, is that what came up? How did that happen?
Absolutely. There was an old saying, in the 30s and 40s. Reno was the fastest place you could get a divorce in the U.S. Mm-hmm. And so jet-setting couples would hook up and then, realize what a mistake it was. And they'd head to Reno and you could live on a divorce ranch for a couple weeks.
And get done and over and move on. Go to Vegas and get married to the next one.
Exactly. So I guess the name means on to the next one. The way you put it's great.
Yeah. And you guys have been out in continental Europe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And you've just arrived in England yesterday, or did your first gig in England yesterday, or?
In England yesterday, yeah. Yeah, I took the ferry over yesterday.
And how long are you here for?
We're gonna do 7 shows here.
7 shows total. So it's a second out of 7, so 5 more.
And where else are you going?
Tomorrow's Wakefield, and then Blackburn, and then 2 in Blackpool, including Rebellion Fest.
Yeah, so you're doing the Rebellion Festival then. Is this your first?
A big deal, like the Rebellion Festival?
Yes.
Is it a big deal?
Yes.
I keep seeing posters for it.
Yeah. It's kind of big, yeah. It's kind of like punk rock bowling for England, only better.
Right on. We've done punk rock bowling as well, so I think it's time to do Rebellion. Let's do it.
Definitely. And so you're comfortable with both the smaller stage like we had tonight and those big stages where you've got thousands of people watching you then?
Yeah, we cut our teeth, of course, in clubs like this our whole lives, punk clubs, and that's where you make your bones.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide. And a lot of bands, you get on a big festival stage and people are just in awe of the stage itself. So if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, and nowadays we're doing bigger stages for, like in Tabor, Mighty Sounds. We finally got to do the main stage. Wonderful, great festival, great sound. It was a great experience all the way around. Yeah.
And do you have any new releases coming out? Because I can't remember for sure. I've done so many interviews today. I can't remember your discography now.
Okay, so we released last year about this time, wasn't it? An EP, and it had 6 songs. It's called Ship of Fools, and we played heavily off that tonight. And we just finished another 6-song EP. That we were too ambitious before we came here. We thought we would get an EP done and a video, and that's cool. We realized that we bit off more than we could chew. The stuff did get done, but we've never had a record label, like a proper record label. We're all self-funded, independent artists. So now we're gonna start trying to do it smarter, make some promotion for the stuff. But I would look for the EP maybe in a couple months.
And what's it called?
Fair Weather Friends. Yeah, it's a fucking bitter record. It's very bitter, but it's like the total opposite of my life now. I'm really happy and content and satisfied. But I went through a spell, so it's kind of like I'm just purging.
So it's based on personal experience for all of you, or just yours, or?
Well, definitely mine, because it's fucking dark. I'm sure these guys too, though, everyone has those moments, where you feel like the world's against you and you just wonder who your friends are.
I definitely know that one.
But we're gonna do next year is gonna be really prolific for us. I think we're gonna do a full length, and then we got a live record that we recorded actually last year in Berlin at Wild at Heart, and it's just a matter of mixing it or whatever. And we got lots of tunes, man.
One thing I've noticed is you're really popular in German-speaking countries. Is that something you guys have noticed as the German-speaking countries really have taken to your sound?
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we used to have a bigger level tour booking agency, and we got some good tours. And Germans, they like rock and roll to begin, but just by nature. Yes. And this band has always kind of fell in between the seams of genres. So
Yes,
like,
definitely.
is it punk? Is it a rock band? We don't know. Is it a country band? So I don't know. They're just pretty open, with open arms. They've accepted us. But I'm telling you, like these UK shows have been great. Rebellion will be great.
Yeah,
And we're
definitely.
doing Boomtown at the end of our tour. So hopefully, it catches here. I would love to get a foothold. I have lots of friends here. And, this is my descendants, the English.
Yeah, it does make it a little easier when everybody speaks the same language, even if it is a different dialect of it.
Absolutely.
Um,
Ask these boys something.
I'm going to, but you're the closest standing to me, so it's easier to just ask you. All right. What do you guys do aside from play punk and rock?
I'm a mom. I have a 2-year-old son, and I stay at home with the baby.
You're a stay-at-home dad.
And Jason and I, we have a recording studio as well that we're
Okay.
starting. So hopefully that's going to make some money soon.
And what's the name of the recording studio?
It's called Vera Sound Recordings.
And that's in Denver, yes?
That's in Denver, yeah.
Denver, Colorado, in the States. And what do you do?
I'm an elementary art teacher, soon to be an assistant principal.
He's the vice principal. You see, as a child, I would have hated this man.
That's what I do.
So you're going to give the kids their punishment and teach them to be creative at the same time.
No punishments. I believe in absolute positivity.
And you're the right kind of vice principal that they need.
Absolutely, without a doubt. I love my job.
I can tell. You just beam when you talk about it. What has been your biggest challenge as a band to get your sound out there, to get your name heard, to promote yourselves as best you can?
That was easy. Ourselves.
Why do you say that?
Just getting in our own way, I guess. We always do things backwards. That's just we're self-defeating. But yeah, no, like I've struggled with addictions or whatever, and I think a lot of that has set us back from where we should be. Just chasing demons, dragons, whatever.
But do you think that overcoming them has maybe made you much more strong and much more positive?
Absolutely, and it makes for a great songwriting fodder, like doing, we used to have a dude in the band that was just totally against, he was just like a really straight-laced dude and would just kind of shake his head at our antics. But at the end of the day, this stuff has to come from somewhere. And I think that's what the Reno Divorce's songs have always been. If you've been in a fucked up situation, it rings true, it's honest. And it's not like, it's not bullshit. So that air of honesty is what kind of maybe sets the songs apart, I think.
I think so. And what do you guys think? I mean, is it honest to yourselves as well?
Oh, I totally agree with what Brent has to say. I think that's where that creativity comes out from experience. If there was no experience, there'd be no creativity. It would just be boring. So
Exactly. So bearing your souls in a way is what makes the band what it is and makes it so popular and makes it so interesting to listen to. Do you think that, or?
Absolutely. But at the same time, I think, you can grow up finally, and you can, like for me, being sober and just living better it makes this so much more manageable. You know what I mean? Just life in general, or touring, having my head on straight makes it fun and not something where I'm just fucking trying to kill myself every night. So
this is something that has made a very positive change in your life and has helped you keep with your road to recovery. Is that how you feel?
let's try. We'll see when the first gut check comes to see if I can stick with it.
One moment at a time. That's it. Just one moment at a time.